You've made a number of points. I'm going to come to each of them one by one. The first is the 59 hostages that you said after over a year. How confident are you of getting them back?
Sorry, come again?
The 59 hostages.
Yes.
How confident are you of getting them back with this kind of a military strategy?
Well, we are worried, concerned, but we are optimistic, and I'll tell you why. Because at the outset of this terrible disaster that happened to us on the 7th of October, we thought that it would be very difficult to bring the hostages back, and what Hamas wanted is to extort a surrender from us in return of the hostages. But thanks to the military pressure and the international support, we've been able to bring 195, as I said. So I'm sure that the combination of military pressure and diplomacy, I think it's Kissinger said that military means or is the continuation of diplomacy in other means. You have to use military pressure because without that, terrorist organizations won't cave in and give us back our people.
But the big question is that with the civilian casualties piling up, when you have any kind of military strategy, there is obviously going to be civilian casualties. And in a situation like that, who can guarantee the safety of even the hostages who you are trying to actually rescue by doing this operation?
Well, Hamas knows very well that there's a dear price to pay if they hit the hostages. And I'll tell you something. I don't know if you noticed, but in the last day, Hamas Ministry of Health has released the names and the ID numbers of all the casualties they claim that Israel killed during the conflict. Now, when you look at that data, we already have seen that, first of all, there is a huge difference between male and female. So in the group age between 15 and 55, which is the fighting age in Hamas, you can see a gap of 16,000. If you retract from the 50,000, 8,000 natural deaths, and you retract also the proportional number because there were also some female fighters. So all in all, you get to the conclusion that about 20,000 Hamas and other terrorist organizations, terrorists were killed, and about a similar number of civilians, which is very tragic. But if you take into account that, first of all, we are talking here about urban warfare, when you compare it to any other complicated situation like that, the ratio actually is very low. So although every single death of a person is tragic, Israel actually is having an amazing record, also according to military experts like John Spencer, in being able of reducing collateral damage and reducing the loss of civilian life. And anybody that will tell you something else is dead wrong. There are a lot of attempts to legitimize us, but the IDF is working according to very high standards of operation, and any operation